Cloudy, overcast skies here in central Hendricks County as we get you set for some Sagamore Conference baseball here on the ISC Sports Network as the Tri-West Bruins get to take on the Warriors of Danville. Today's game is brought to you by Endeavor Communications. Internet speeds up to a gig. Learn more at weendeavor.com. Good afternoon, everybody. Alongside Rob Albright, I'm Kurt Darling. A pleasure to be with you here today on the ISC Sports Network against Sagamore Conference Baseball, a competitive conference to say the least. Rob, good to be here with you. Certainly two teams looking to get some momentum as we go into the second half of the season.
Absolutely. Two very solid teams, kind of the middle of the conference right now, both looking to make a step up. Good night to do it with a doubleheader. On the mound to start things off for Danville, there you see Garrett Gross, the junior, 3-2 on the season. He is certainly looking for a good performance today. Has not gone very deep in very many games, but still is definitely looking to get a good performance, and that's one thing that you really try to do as you get ready to go into a competitive game like this, Rob. Absolutely. With sectionals coming up, you want to make sure that all your players are healthy, that they're solid, fundamentals are there, and they're ready to go when tournament time comes, and it really matters. So these guys are very obviously sharp and getting ready to play a great doubleheader tonight. Of course, the leadoff batter going to be Chase Hardman, the center fielder for Tri-West. And there you see the coaching staff of Tri-West, Nick Spence, in his third year as the head coach of the Bruins, standing on the left right there. Garrett Gross has worked a lot on his off-speed stuff, warming up. We'll see what it looks like when the game time comes. Putting a lot of effort, have these two ball clubs getting ready. Of course, they've had to wait
just a little bit longer. Of course, this was supposed to be the game to be played last night up at Tri-West. However, because of the severe weather that moved through just a night ago, it is now a doubleheader this evening. We'll bring you the first of the 2 games here that they'll play this evening. Tri-West starting off as the visiting team, but they will be the home team coming up in the second game.
I think we're set for a good night of just fundamental sound baseball. Neither one of these teams has a lot of power. We're going to get them on, get them over, and get them in tonight, I think.
It's Little League night here in Danville. Lots of Little League players here from the system here in Central Indiana. So Chase Hardman going to try and get things going here from the leadoff spot for the Bruins. Inside, ball 1 and high, having to dodge a little bit of that one. Again, Garrett Gross, 3-2 on the season, 6 appearances on the mound this season as he keeps it high and inside, ball 2.
Gross almost looks like he's protecting a little bit. His stride's a little short. He can't get out over his hips, and everything's up so far.
Has an ERA of 1.40 this season, 25 innings pitched, only 1 other start, so this is his 2nd start on the season.
He's missed up 3 times. I'd like to see his stride get a little longer and get out over his hips.
High and up again, and that's going to be ball 4, and so immediately Hardman will take his base. And definitely a little off the mark here for Gross here to start things off.
It's so important with kids is to watch their mechanics, and if they're watching an injury, that's the first thing to go. And so far, I'm a little concerned about the way he's striding. He's not very long, and he's real tall when he releases the ball.
So this is Braden Brozak here for Tri-West, and he'll step off the plate. The first baseman, a senior, batting .315 on the season. He has had a hit in each of his last 7 games, so he is certainly someone reliable that Coach Spence can try and get on base at the 2-hole.
I would bet we're going to see a lot of this tonight. A lot of bunting, some stolen bases, a lot of small ball. Probably not a lot of runs, but every one's going to matter.
Hardman with the lead at first and staying inside. Cannot quite find the strike zone yet as Gross. Tri-West coming off of a win against Covenant Christian just a couple nights ago. Finally going inside. Hardman going for the bag at second, and he's able to get the steal.
There we go. Good small ball there by Tri-West.
You certainly called it, my friend. Stolen bases and everything else. Aggressive start here by Tri-West. The Bruins 7-10 coming into the season. This is after they went 23-7 just a season ago, winning a conference championship. In fact, talking with Coach Nick Spence before this game earlier this week, he said he lost a lot of players from that talented team a season ago as that goes high and inside.
Protective swing there for 3-1.
So still batting here is Brozak. Full count swing, strike 3. And so Gross, despite the shaky start on the mound, able to get his first K of the evening.
Here's Tri-West best, we'll see.
And as you mentioned, partner, Jack Catt, the third baseman. Batting .365 on the season, 52 at-bats, has one of the 2 home runs that Tri-West has hit this season as the wild pitch allows Hardman to advance to third.
He would have had that base stolen anyway, never checked him, and he was halfway to third base before the ball left his hand. Really good base running there and great coaching.
Go ahead, run on third. And Catt checks his swing.
To me, it looks like Gross is really unsure of himself on the mound right now. His mechanics are kind of all over the place. He just kind of looks like he's rehabbing and might need some time here to kind of get himself back to normal.
Contact and fouled off right and out of play. Jack Catt went 0 for 3 against Covenant Christian, so he's looking to get back on track.
Way behind that one. Nice fastball.
And so Gross kind of getting into his rhythm now here as he works the 2-2 count. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And so Gross, again with the runner threatening on third base at the moment, is able to get 2 outs in a row on his own.
As much as he was working on his breaking stuff and warm-ups, his fastball's really popping right now. I'd like him to stay right with that and get back into the groove with that pitch.
Designated hitter Cole Keller at the plate now for the Bruins. Contact to short. Runner may not score, and indeed he does not as they get the third and final out on that bat there. So, despite a shaky start on the mound, Danville protects a 0-0 tie as we go to the bottom of the first. You're watching the ISC Sports Network.
Want lightning-fast internet speeds? Choose Endeavor. Go from slow to whoa. From last to fast. And wait to great. Endeavor Communications is bringing the fastest internet speed in Indiana to your town. So you can download huge files in a flash. Stream videos at blazing speeds. And game online faster than you thought possible. Think fast and contact Endeavor Communications today at join.weendeavor.com.
Welcome back to Danville. After 1/2 innings so far, the Warriors able to get out of a little bit of a jam, and it remains a 0-0 ball game. Alongside Rob Albright, I'm Kurt Darling, former assistant baseball coach at Chittard. Rob Albright, of course. Coach, good to have you here for your debut on the ISC Sports Network.
Good to be here. This is the beautiful game to me, and I couldn't be happier to be here in Danville. I've got some bittersweet memories here, but it's a great place to start my on-air career, and I couldn't be happy to be working with you, Kurt. Thank you.
Pleasure to have you here. And, of course, Chase Holland, 1-1 on the season. 8 strikeouts so far this year, and the senior getting loose on the mound. This is a player who has certainly been itching to get back on the mound. He has actually been out of action for the last few games. He's going to be on a pitch count as he nurses back a hamstring. And that's always a tough process, Coach, just trying to get a player who's been out like that kind of back into a good rhythm.
Absolutely. You know how kids are. He had a hamstring problem on Tuesday. He's ready to go Wednesday morning, and he wants to kind of hurry things back like most kids do. But the pitch count is sometimes you got to let the coach kind of bring you back in and get you ready for what's really important in a couple of weeks here.
Leadoff batter here for the Warriors, Owen Benson, the freshman, getting right after it here at the leadoff spot. By the way, the Warriors coached by Canton Terry in his first season at the helm here of the Warriors, taking over for a guy you probably know of very well, Pat O'Neill.
Yes.
Who not only built a solid program here at Danville, but at Brownsburg before that.
Yes.
And at Fountaintown before that as well, and also was a pitching coach for some major league clubs as well. A long career, and it's certainly some big shoes to fill for Canton Terry as the bouncing ball to short, easy out, 1 away here for Tri-West.
1 pitch, 1 out. You're coming back from an injury. There's no bigger friend than that. Nice pitch, nice play.
And, of course, you've been in the position kind of getting into a brand-new coaching position. What do you think it's like for a player turned coach now for Canton Terry, taking in those big shoes of Coach O'Neill?
Well, you know what? You follow the guy that's won so many baseball games as Coach O'Neill obviously has. And I've always been a big fan that you want to follow the guy who follows the legend. But in this case, he doesn't have that luxury. So I think what you do is just to kind of realize that when you inherit a program, you inherit the traditions that come with it. And you sort of...
Fly ball into center, and that'll be an easy play there for Chase Hardman, the junior. 2 away here for the Bruins.
Tell you what, Holland is really working ahead in the count. And if he does this, his pitch count's going to take him into the 4th or 5th inning. Good for him. I like when young players work the strike zone early and don't try and kind of pick around it and make the umpires make decisions. Just throw strikes, let them hit, use your team around you, and kind of understand that this is a 9-man game. It isn't all about your strikeout.
Already in the 3-hole here for the Warriors. This is Miller. And he checks his swing. And that goes as ball 1. Nice curveball down the seam. And that is now the first strike there for Chase Holland.
Having not seen Cole Miller hit yet, he must like the fastball. He started him off with 2 straight off-speed pitches.
Gets a piece of that one into the back net. Cole Miller batting .413 on the season, and on-base percentage above 50%, so he knows how to get on base in one way or another. Also, this is one pitcher pitching to another pitcher.
Nice.
And Miller swings, strike three. 3 up, 3 down for Chase Holland. We go to the second after this here on the ISC Sports Network.
Again?
Tortured by technology? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with Speed Geeks. Our Speed Geeks are expert technicians ready to rescue you from technology troubles. Our experts are here to get and keep your Wi-Fi running properly. We'll even make sure all of your devices stay connected. Give us a call or visit weendeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications, technology for real people.
We go to the top of the second here on the ISC Sports Network, live coverage of Sagamore Conference Baseball as the Danville Warriors end up getting retired. 3 up, 3 down at the hand of Chase Holland from Tri-West. And now we move on to the next one. Alongside Rob Albright, I'm Kurt Darling. Solid crowd here tonight for a competitive inter-county rivalry as well as an inter-conference rivalry here between these two ball clubs.
I love the parking lot's full. There's kids everywhere. There's events going on. This is why you love sports, right? In the month of May in Indianapolis, could it be a better spot than here?
Absolutely. Danville looking for their first sectional championship since 2015. They drew to face Monrovia coming up on May 22nd later this month. Of course, you're at that point now here, Coach, where you know your sectional draw. You're starting to think about postseason.
Yeah, that really involves kind of pitchers, and I think in practice you want to give everybody a bunch of reps, and I would be really surprised if the benches don't play some tonight to kind of make sure you know who your best 9 are when you get out there when the tournament starts.
So Garrett Gross had a shaky start but was able to get 2 strikeouts to close that first inning. What do you think was told to him during that at-bat spot?
I just think go with your best and just watch your mechanics, as he really struggled the first 7 or 8 pitches and then came back and probably threw 90% of strikes. And
Gross, as you can hear, goes right directly into our field microphone. So
that one he overthrew just a little bit. When you've got a kid that's got a good fastball like that, he tend to kind of lean on it a little bit instead of just throwing it like a pitcher. He threw that one like a shortstop.
At the plate, Graham Wilhelm, the shortstop for Tri-West. And Gross was inside for most of his pitches. That is on his first take. Well, now he's outside here for these next 2.
If I were his coach, I would tell him to try and remain more consistent. He tends to kind of get real short on some, long on a couple more. His feet are all over the place a little bit. He kind of needs to just relax and calm down and stick with what got him here. He's obviously a really good pitcher with lots of talent.
Graham Wilhelm, the sophomore shortstop, gets a piece of that one into right center, and that'll be an easy play for the right fielder, Cole Miller. So batters starting to get some contact here as we work through the innings. And so here is Evan Bodie, the second baseman. Batting .278 on the season. He's been solid of late. He has a hit in each of his last 3 games for the Bruins. And getting right after it as he gets that swing and a miss.
He's got a brother who's a freshman on this team, too.
And that is Zach Bodie, who's also a .286 batter as a freshman.
Nice pitch. There's his good fastball right there. I liked his separation a lot on that pitch.
The 0-2.
That one, too.
Low and inside, strike 3. So Garrett Gross showing a lot of poise and resilience after that shaky start in the first inning.
Yeah, I wonder if he has some routine he goes through to remember his own mechanics, because I don't know if you can see it, but his stride is different. His separation there was different, and the fastballs are exactly where he wanted them in the last 2 pitches.
So here's a name you probably know very well if you're a Colts fan. This is Jack Sorgi. Standing all of 6'4", 170 pounds. He is, in fact, the son of former Colts quarterback Jim Sorgi, who backed up Peyton Manning for all those years.
The question is he Tri-West quarterback?
He is certainly in the conversation next year.
Good.
In that regard. Talking with Coach Nick Spence, he is certainly one to play a factor leading the Tri-West Bruins football team in the fall.
He certainly is built like it.
Right now working the 1-1 here on Gross. High and just outside, ball 2.
Outfield a little shallow for him.
Sorgi, only 156 on the season batting. He had to be sent down to JV for a couple of games this season because Coach Spence said that he had just a lot of trouble with breaking balls, so had to try to get him some experience, getting some good breaking ball pitches to get him back up to the varsity level.
Yeah, young kids have a problem staying back sometimes, and that's not unique to him. It's very common among young players.
Fouled hard down the right field line and out of play. And that can certainly be a tough conversation with some players who are itching to be on the varsity squad, but you just have to kind of get them their reps as they come, as that is outside swinging strike 3 for Jack Sorgi. We go to the middle of the second. Here on the ISC Sports Network, a beautiful night for some Sagamore Conference baseball. Well, today's game is proudly sponsored by Endeavor Communications. Endeavor doesn't just provide ordinary internet service. Their blazing fast, high-speed, fiber-based service is a game changer. Don't settle for less. Switch to Endeavor for the winning play in connectivity. Visit weendeavor.com. That is WEEndeavor.com, or call 1-800-922-6677. Endeavor Internet, your fiber connection, your victory. Well, we saw a pretty stellar first inning from Chase Holland, the senior, going 3 up, 3 down, looking to try and keep it going here in the second inning.
I love seeing young kids throw strikes early. When you establish the strike zone and kind of take control of the game, it's so much easier on your defense because they're not standing around, and it makes it easier on you and, frankly, your coaches. I loved what he did. He probably didn't throw more than 7 or 8 pitches that entire first inning and made it easy on his team.
That can certainly help when you're on a pitch count coming back from a hamstring injury, too. It pays to be efficient.
Absolutely. You might want to pitch the whole game throwing 7 pitches an inning. You might want to do it that way.
Holland last appeared back on April 9th versus Southmont. He went 5 innings in a 16-0 victory of the Mounties.
Somehow I don't think tonight's going to be that easy.
It certainly hasn't proven to be, as we still remain at a 0-0 stalemate going here to the bottom of the second inning. And with that, it will be Warner coming to the plate. Jack Warner, the first baseman.
He's hitting 370 with 4 triples, and as a pitcher, the last person you ever want to see up is the cleanup hitter, but if you're going to do it, nobody on base is usually a pretty good thing.
Warner also a solid pitcher in his own right. He's only 0 for 1 this year in 2 appearances. So Holland again working it, and same old for him. Inside strike 1.
Absolutely. Working him away. Let's see where he comes with this one. I bet something off speed here.
Holland lets that one go there as Warner gets a piece of that, and that goes into the field for a base hit.
Warner agreed with me on that pitch. Stayed on it, right back up the middle.
Our first hit of the evening, but not our first base runner. As this will bring up now the aforementioned Garrett Gross. A solid batter whenever he's not pitching. 360 on the year, 50 at-bats, 14 RBIs.
Has a chance here to help himself. I thought maybe he'd square around there and didn't. I kind of like his BABIP. It almost looks like Easter out here.
Danville was due to play Indian Creek to start the week, but again, the weather played a role in that, as trying to turn 2 is Tri-West, and they get it. A double play to clear the bases here for the Bruins.
Really nice play by the shortstop and second baseman. A great turn on that play. Pitcher's best friend, there it is.
That was the sophomore, the shortstop, Graham Wilhelm, on the fielding duties here.
Second baseman did a really nice job there on the transfer. Made that play look real easy.
Evan Bodie, the second baseman, a senior. So here is Jacob Irving. Another freshman in this lineup here for Danville. Coach Terry going a little young here this evening. Irving at batting .296 has moved between JV and varsity this season. Swing and a miss. Strike 1 there for Irving.
He's really effective with that breaking ball. His fastball is always around the strike zone, so it makes a hitter look for it. And that breaking ball snapped off there, and really nice pitch.
Off speed again there by Holland. Fouled it away.
Not a lot of respect in either corner of the outfield here. He gets a hold of one, he can run for a while.
The 1-2. And looking for that one, ball 2.
That's a fantastic take by Irving. That's the pitch that most kids can't lay off of. That's beautiful by him. And a nice pitch.
Inside,
Yep.
strike 3, just catching the inside corner is Holland. Another solid inning for Chase Holland as we go to the third right after this here on the ISC Sports Network.
Again?
Tortured by technology? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with Speed Geeks. Our Speed Geeks are expert technicians ready to rescue you from technology troubles. Our experts are here to get and keep your Wi-Fi running properly. We'll even make sure all of your devices stay connected. Give us a call or visit weendeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications, technology for real people.
Some Danville tennis going on here as well. Outside there, a lot of athletics going on here as we have a great atmosphere for some Warrior athletics and, of course, baseball as well here at Danville High School. Alongside Rob Albright, I'm Kurt Darling. Top of the third, Danville looking to try and keep Tri-West off the board here. Tri-West has certainly been aggressive in the early going at the top of the order, but the defense of Danville has been pretty stout.
So far, so good. He's just got to keep runners off the bases. He's doing a really nice job with his fastball later on in the innings. I want to see him start out a little bit better this time and start working ahead in the count.
Again, Garrett Gross continuing to pitch here. This is only his second start of the season, a 1.40 ERA.
If you're watching on TV, trying to watch his delivery a little bit, watch how far he gets his right hand behind his shoulder before he pitches. If he leaves it up kind of by his ear, he tends to miss up. And if he gets it back behind his body a little bit, he tends to throw a little bit more down the strike zone.
So leading off the inning here for the Bruins, still working through the order for the first rotation of the order for the Bruins. Cohen Bear, the senior, has struggled hitting the ball this year. Only batting .138.
Does a nice job behind the plate. See if he can develop his bat.
And looking to get after it right there. Doesn't quite get the contact, strike 1.
That was a really nice job by Gross there, just the way he pitches. He got his hand behind himself, and
Gross not taking much time between pitches as he leaves that one low. Certainly admirable and impressive to see how Gross has been able to shake off that rocky start, and now on the precipice of possibly getting his third strikeout of the night here on Bear.
Obviously very well coached. He's able to kind of make adjustments on his own. I'm sure his coach has told him a couple of things in the dugout, but he's made nice adjustments each time he's been out this game tonight.
Solid contact for Bear, but the shortstop Williams able to field that, but can't quite make the throw. And a good effort by Bear to get on base to lead things off here in the third.
He gets down the line pretty good for a catcher. Well done by him there.
He also plays football. He's a center for the Bruins in the fall.
He moves great for a center. Really nice play by the shortstop there, though. I thought maybe he had a chance, but
that's a long throw to make.
It is a long throw to make from the 5.5 hole there.
Bottom of the order here for the Bruins, Ethan Fry, the right fielder. Fry gets some contact, could advance the runner, and he does. So he doesn't get the hit there, but that moves Bear into scoring position for Tri-West.
Really good small ball. I think we're going to see that from Tri-West. They get runners on, they're going to do a lot of that.
But now we move back to the top here. Chase Hardman, second at bat. He was walked on that opening for 4 pitches there at the very first at bat of the ball game.
Hardman leads their team with 6 steals. A lot of speed up at the plate right now.
Hardman has also been kind of a unique case this season for Tri-West. Had a few off-field issues with Coach Spence, but Coach Spence says that he's made a 180 in the back half of this season and has really been a productive player for the Bruins.
He's got a big hole on the right side. The second baseman's holding the runner a little bit. And between the first baseman and the second baseman, there's a great big gap out there. Just a normal ground ball will get to the outfield easily and score the run.
Gross having a hard time finding the strike zone here, 2-0. And Gross will check the runner at second.
We've got a courtesy runner out there, number 12, at second base.
And that is Ben Wagers.
Fastball foul back there.
Ben Wagers, a solid hitter as well, but also quick in the running game. Big lead for him at second as another foul tip out of play by Hardman.
Dropped his hands a little on that swing and dragged the bat head through the strike zone a little late on that ball.
Injuries have been a problem this year for Tri-West. Part of the reason why they've been below 500 is that's a swing strike three for Holland.
I love how Gross is staying with that fastball now. It's his best pitch by far, obviously. And Tri-West has yet to show they can do much with that. Nice pitch.
Back up again here is Brozak. He struck out in the top of the first. And he keeps on swinging, though, trying to find his ball as he lets that go. Strike one.
I do like that approach, and I hope that comes from coaching. You get in the batter's box and get out there hacking and swinging, trying to hit it.
Lets that one go, just catching the outside corner. Gross, strike one, or strike two.
There's your doubleheader strike zone right there.
Go-ahead runner again, and Gross checking Wagers again at second. This is where the mental aspect of the game really comes into play. Curveball, and just is able to get him to go on that. Well pitched there by Gross as we head to the bottom of the third inning. Back in a moment here on the ISC Sports Network.
Want lightning fast internet speeds? Choose Endeavor. Go from slow to whoa. From last to fast. And wait to great. Endeavor Communications is bringing the fastest internet speed in Indiana to your town, so you can download huge files in a flash, stream videos at blazing speeds, and game online faster than you thought possible. Think fast and contact Endeavor Communications today at join.weendeavor.com.
Look at the dugout there of the Danville Warriors as they still hold onto this Goose Eggs game at the moment as Tri-West goes on defense going into the bottom of the third. Alongside Rob Albright, I'm Kurt Darling. And now Danville really going to try and get some offense rolling here. They had a little bit of effort there, but Chase Holland has done an excellent job pitching the ball here to try and keep the order at a minimum here for Danville.
Indeed he has. He's faced the minimum so far. You and I grew up Reds fans. As Joe Nuxall would say, we got a good old good one going on right now.
A good old good one. Certainly love some warranted redundancy, to say the least. Holland looking good here on the mound so far. Again, he's nursing a hamstring.
I haven't seen so far that he's favoring it at all. It looks like just pretty normal to me.
And I made the comment before the break about how injuries have been an issue for Tri-West this season. A lot of their starting pitchers have been out, and so Coach Spence has had to rely on a lot of younger players to try and step up and make some plays this season. And so far, they have whenever they wanted to, but he's really confident that they can put together a good run here in the back half of the season. Contact there, and a missed play. That'll go down as an error as Ryan Wenzel is able to get on base. Can't quite making the play there as Wilhelm, the sophomore.
He lifted his hands just a little quick before he had it in his glove. I think he looked to throw it.
Take a look at it again here. Good play for Wilhelm, and as you mentioned, Coach, just kind of was thinking a little bit too far ahead that time.
Yep. Again, very common. Another courtesy runner for their backstop here. This is number 1 for Danville.
And this is Garrett Hackelman. Hackelman was one of the players considered to possibly get a start tonight, but coming off of the dugout here as a courtesy runner, he has a lead at first.
Let's see if they send him here. Not much of a lead yet, though.
He goes, yep. And that's popped up in the air. He's going to have to check his base, and this will be an easy play by the third baseman for the Bruins. That is Jack Catt coming in, one away for Tri-West.
Like maybe a hit and run. He kind of stopped at first base. Hackelman kind of went back after about 2 or 3 steps. I couldn't tell if he was going to go or not, but when he swung, he had to go back.
It was a well-timed send right there by Hackelman, but just the unfortunate happening of the pop-up there by Wooten.
And here comes Danville, shortstop, good defensive player. Love to see him get a hit right now.
Low and inside, trying to pick him off at first. That time is Bear, and can't quite get him on that one. But still, that'll probably have Hackelman respect the pitch a little bit more.
He's able to read the pitcher pretty well. His jump's okay. He stopped twice now. We'll sort of see what he does. His lead's extended about a half step this time. We'll see.
Dylan Williams batting here for Danville. A .222 batter here is again Holland. Will tell Hackelman to get back on the bag.
It's always fun to watch the cat and mouse here, pitcher and base runner.
Contact there by Williams, fouled out of play. It's also refreshing, too, to be here in this particular game, especially up at the major leagues, where now you have a limit on how many times you can pick off the runner at first.
Exactly. I'd go over there once if I were him.
Solid down the middle, and that'll be a base hit, well placed by Williams, and that'll advance the runner, as Hackelman probably could have tried to take third on that one, but he opts for the conservative side, and now 2-1 here for Danville.
And we're back to the top. The runner's on base. We'll see what Danville can do.
So Holland letting a few batters slip here at the moment.
Ground ball to shortstop last time here for Benson. We'll see what he can do this time.
Certainly impressive, though, for Holland, when the fact that you now are, if you're Danville, you're back at the top of the order for the first time here at the bottom of the third.
When you work the strike zone like he has, you kind of limit the hitters, and there's lots of good stuff going on from him and limited opportunities. Danville's got to take advantage here. No overpowering fastball for him. He's a really, really fun pitcher to watch.
Holland catches the outside corner.
He spots that fastball really well.
Popped up again. This will be another easy play for the infield. And this will be Evan Bodie making the play, keeping the runners on first and second. 2 away here. That was a pretty big out here for the Bruins, given the situation.
Absolutely. You made a good point with the last hitter. He threw one down the middle and gave up a base hit. That time he worked both corners and got a pop-up, and pretty relative weak swing there compared to what he had the first time up. This kid's really, if he's injured, he's really coming back nicely. I love the way he locates. He's really, really a good, mature young pitcher.
Stafford, swing and a miss, as he's 0 for 1 on the night.
I don't know a lot of young pitchers that are willing to make, or to open up a top of the order hitter with off speed the way he has pretty consistently all night long. He's really smart. There it is
Stafford
again.
looking again, and catching that corner is Holland. You certainly hit the nail on the head here, Coach. He is working the strike zone beautifully.
I'd love to see him kind of go fastball up and then something off speed away if he doesn't get him. We'll sort of see what he does here.
Bouncing ball to short.
That was the fastball.
And the play at second to get the third and final out. No runners stranded here as we go to the top of the fourth right after this. You're watching the ISC Sports Network.
Want lightning fast internet speeds? Choose Endeavor. Go from slow to whoa. From last to fast. And wait to great. Endeavor Communications is bringing the fastest internet speed in Indiana to your town. So you can download huge files in a flash, stream videos at blazing speeds, and game online faster than you thought possible. Think fast and contact Endeavor Communications today at join.weendeavor.com.
Still no score here as we go to the top of the fourth here on the ISC Sports Network. Live coverage of Sagamore Conference Baseball. He's Rob Albright. I'm Kurt Darling. Defense has been the name of the game as you get a look at first-year head coach Kenton Terry working his team here as they get ready for the top of the fourth.
Defense has been great. Pitching's been real good, too. These are two very, very capable teams. To be in the middle of the conference as they are, I'm surprised they're not a little higher up because both teams can play a little really good fundamental baseball.
And now Coach Terry kind of yelling at one of the fans here as he's.
I heard him say, "You left the program." Not sure who he's talking to down there.
So with that settled, we go to the top. We go to the back to the order again here for Tri-West. Jack Cat will be leading things off here, and we were talking off air here, Rob. Good batter to lead off an inning with here if you're Jack Cat.
Yes, you always want to see your biggest hitters come up with nobody on base. That way, if he hurts, he only hurts you for one. Although if he gets a hold of one, he might hurt some tennis players. We'll see.
Cat struck out swinging in the first inning. Gets contact that time, but into the back of the net.
I really like how he starts out with the fastball there. Gross has really made an improvement there, trying not to nibble and starting out with his best. I like that a lot.
Jack Cat, an all-conference player a season ago, and there you see a pretty aggressive pitch by Gross, but Cat unfazed, even though that was an inch away from his chest.
He was trying to wear that one, wasn't he?
Staying inside again is Gross.
Did you see kind of how he shortens up there, though, when he tries to overthrow it a little bit? I just want to see him get back to his mechanics. Stick with your good fastball, get some separation, and just throw it.
Cat crowding the plate a little bit here. And Cat is able to get up, and that will go down, and a nifty catch. What a play there by Jack Warner at first.
That's a fantastic play. That's really difficult to go right behind you, over your head. People don't know how tough that play is if you don't play baseball. That's a really difficult play to make. I hope they show that one again.
He caught that one like a receiver running a flag route to the sideline. And he's able to get a big out right here as we take a look at this again.
He took one away, got a great jump, took one away from Cat on that play. Very, very nicely done.
Here is Cole Keller, the DH. Also a pitcher here for Tri-West when he is called upon. Had a win on the mound this offseason versus Harrison where he went about 5 innings, had 5 strikeouts.
You got a 2-0 count here. See if he brings him a fastball. Nope.
That goes a little high that time. Ball 3.
Brought the fastball, missed with it. I'd have green lighted him. Runs are a premium. I'm trying to get your better players on base. You got a guy DH batting 4th. This kid can hit.
And just catching the corner again there is Gross.
It always made me laugh when kids would get 3-0 and then throw fastballs down the middle. If you can throw strikes, throw strikes. Quit nibbling and throw it.
The 3-1.
Nice.
Swing and a miss. Strike number 2 there for Cole Keller. Full count. Strikeout swinging. Nicely done there by Gross.
I love how he just stays with his best when the pressure's on a little bit. So far, Tri-West has not shown they can hit that fastball, and I'd stay right there if I were him.
Here's Graham Wilhelm.
Flat out to right, first time up.
He is 0 for 1. Wilhelm, nice contact, but right into the hands of the third baseman, Ethan Wooten, to retire the top half of the inning.
Used to call that one an atom ball.
We're the work in the middle of the 4th inning. Today's game is proudly sponsored by Endeavor Communications. Endeavor doesn't just provide ordinary old internet service. Their blazing fast, high-speed, fiber-based service is a game changer. Don't settle for less. Switch to Endeavor for the winning play in connectivity. Visit weendeavor.com or call 1-800-922-6677. Endeavor Internet, your fiber connection, your victory. Let's take a look at this last catch again here from Wooten. What was that you called it?
Called it an atom ball, right at him. Got the ball on the barrel and hit it right at the third baseman. Didn't have to move. Nice play. Got the kids on the hill.
one of the many little leaguers on hand. Got to run out with the players for the national anthem before we got things going here today. It's always fun to see how these players in the high school ranks engage with the younger players in the system.
The best part about high school sports is the community around them. I don't care where you're from, what state you're from, what school you're from. The kids around the program, they know where you live, they know where you sleep, they know where you go to eat. They know all the things about you, and to be able to look up to kids and for kids to be role models to younger players is really special, and I'm really glad to see we haven't lost that.
So back to the third of the order here for Danville to get things going in the bottom of the fourth inning. And this will be Miller, Cole Miller.
Kind of mirroring each other. This is Danville's third hitter as well, so same number of hitters faced by each pitcher through three.
Meanwhile, Chase Holland, again coming back from injury, has done a solid job here as he's now working his fourth inning pitched.
I'm happy to see that for him, actually, for a kid on a pitch count to get himself into the fourth inning. Going into sectionals, that's got to give a kid some confidence. He's a really, really smart pitcher so far.
Off speed that time by Holland.
He's just not going to give good hitters that fastball the first pitch, is he?
He gives it to him that time, but puts that one into the plate. Beautiful facility here at Danville. And by the way, what do you think of the move to all of these turf fields here after playing on grass for a lot of your years?
You know what? Having played baseball.
Popped up here into left center, and the right fielder, rather the left fielder, Jack Sorgi, going to make the play there. But you were saying.
Yeah, not a bad swing there, too. No, he just missed it. I love the turf fields. We had a lot of rainouts when I played. I played at North Central. We had a beautiful field, but when it got wet, we didn't play, and it just was having turf would have been great.
Of course, it's a turf infield, but a grass outfield, as you can see.
Another look at that catch out there. Nice routine can of corn.
More contact inside. That's a bouncing ball. Got to make the play at first, and they do not get there. A unique hit taken there by Warner of Danville, and he's able to get on base for the second time today.
You say something about turf?
There it is.
That makes Warner 2 for 2 on the day.
So just a tough play right there for the Tri-West infield.
Indeed.
And now Warner threatening again to try and get another one.
With runs at a premium, I wouldn't be surprised to see him go here or try some play, hit and run or something like that.
Gross at the plate here for the Warriors. And Holland working the inside of the strike zone. Ball number 2.
I still want to see Holland work the strike zone. He's done a really nice job of that. I don't want to see him change anything with a runner on base here.
Bouncing to third. Nice play to 2, trying to turn it to 1, and they get the, no, they do not get the double play.
That's a good call, I think. Really nice turn by the second baseman and a fantastic play by the third baseman there. That's a difficult play to come in on a ball. That's not something that happens on grass. So.
Excellent base running by Gross.
Indeed.
He certainly turned on the motor to try and beat that throw. But how about that play at third by Jack Catt? That awkward ball right there to at least get the one out.
Absolutely terrific. And that's a play that on grass is very difficult. Take a look at it here. See how he comes and gets this? Gets his glove out in front. Real nice play there. Even a good turn by the second baseman. Not much on the throw there. That's why he was able to beat it. But a nice play by both of them.
Tie goes to the runner right there.
Indeed it does.
So courtesy runner on here for Danville. This is Noah Oringer.
I just can't tell you how impressed I am with the way he's pitching. He starts off almost every hitter with something off speed, and he's thrown way more strikes than he has balls. That's a pitcher that knows his fastball is not his best pitch, and he really knows how to locate. I'm really impressed by this kid.
Irving with the 1-1 count here from Holland. Right down the middle, strike number 2. Certainly a versatile arsenal for Chase Holland when he comes to his pitching.
I think that's a setup right there. I think he'll go something away here, something off speed away. This is me guessing.
Bouncing ball taken by third. Going to first this time. Fielder's choice does not get the throw. That's an error. And that will advance the runners to second and third.
Could be a big play there. Just come up throwing and make a good throw there, but he threw it a little low and made it tough on the first baseman, and now we've got runners in scoring position with 2 down.
Tough decision there by Jack Catt, opting to take the throw at first and just kind of misreads it.
It does the same thing pitchers do. He short-armed it a little bit, left it down.
So extending the inning here are the Warriors. Meanwhile, Holland remaining true to his game here as he tries to strand these runners on second and third. Good contact by Wenzel, and that just falls foul down the right field line.
Really nice job by Wenzel right there, keeping his hands inside the baseball. Almost dropped that one into right field with 2 RBIs. Nice pitch.
Wenzel reached base on an error the last time he was up. Ball into the dirt that time by Holland.
Really nice job back there by Bear that time on digging that one out, keeping it in front of him and not allowing the run to score.
Sensing a little uneasiness now here from Chase Holland, knowing that he has to throw a few extra pitches, even though twice now in this inning, Tri-West could have ended it.
That one got Bear on the shoulder a little bit. We'll have to go home and put a little ice on that.
Ryan Wenzel, a senior, batting .310 on the season, has had 3 RBIs on 3 separate occasions this season. His latest was against Southmont. Cohen Bear, the catcher, having a word with the umpire.
A nice little chuckle between those two there. It was fun to see.
The 2-1. Just catching that bottom corner. Strike number 2, and Bear thought it might have been strike 3, out 3.
New rule this year, Mr. Bear has 3 strikes. New rule this season.
One more, fouled it, again out of play down the right field line.
Holland does such a nice job locating. That pitch was really difficult to hit. Even if he gets a bat on it and puts it in fair territory, it's not going to be hit very hard. Really nice pitch there.
Change up, strike 3 by Holland. He certainly likes that one. And he's fired up as we go scoreless into the 5th inning. You're watching Sagamore Conference Baseball here on the ISC Sports Network.
Again?
Tortured by technology? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with Speed Geeks. Our Speed Geeks are expert technicians ready to rescue you from technology troubles. Our experts are here to get and keep your Wi-Fi running properly. We'll even make sure all of your devices stay connected. Give us a call or visit weendeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications, technology for real people.
Well, we had a off-camera conversation here with our producer, Vince Morales here, Rob Albright. I'm Kurt Darling. We were talking about how the turf has kind of changed the game a little bit here, especially in the high school ranks. Well, Vince actually said that now the umpire can't pretend to dust off home plate to give the catcher a little bit of a break as they're chuckling with each other. But then it's just like you could still maybe dust off the rubber pellets that maybe get on the plate.
Umpires don't pretend, do they? Everything they do is legit, all of them. They've never missed a call, never done anything below board at all. That's a great point, one that I've never actually thought of. But rubber pellets, they're all over my house. I've got 3 boys that played sports at Chittard, and everything we have over there is turf. And there's more of those pellets in my house than probably in the middle of this infield.
By the way, a shout out to our ISC Sports Network crew, our director Vince Morales. On replay tonight, Becca Kelly, also graphics Matthew Stein, cameraman Elijah Mash, Alex Laverne, Ian Wheeler, and Brian Pierce. Excellent job as always, gentlemen and ladies. And now we keep working through the order here as we're at the 6th hole. Evan Bodie here, the second baseman for Tri-West.
Game, we're kind of moving right along here, top of the 5th.
And still on the mound here, Garrett Gross.
Really like seeing high school pitchers throw strikes. Gross has had a little difficulty early, but seems to come back every inning.
Gross already with a handful of strikeouts here in this one. He had 33 on the season coming into the game. Again, only his second start. He's had 4 other appearances in relief here for head coach Canton Terry.
Really like his fastball. If he can get his off-speed stuff to be a little bit more consistent, this kid's a really tough pitcher.
Tri-West started the year ranked 3rd in Class 3A, coming off of their 23-7 season just a year ago. Lots of high expectations for this Bruins squad, but as I mentioned, injuries and a few other factors just kind of playing in and hampering things a little bit. But Coach Nick Spence told me this week that he sets high expectations for this squad. They certainly play a lot of 4A teams. They play the likes of Brownsburg, Harrison, many competitive teams from here on the west side of Indy.
You can see how solid they are fundamentally. I'm not surprised that they had that ranking. I'd like to see them get healthy and see what they can do. And 2 really solid teams here so far.
Tri-West will play Crawfordsville to open sectional play on the 23rd. And a swing and a miss. Another strike on, or rather, full count here. Now working for Evan Bodie. And looking, and ball 4.
Came with his fastball and just missed down a little bit.
Believe it or not, that's only his 2nd walk of the night after the leadoff walk that he had at the top of the 1st.
I'm surprised he went that long. Good for him. Nice adjustment by him. If I'm Tri-West here at the bottom of the order, I got to play a little small ball and see if I can steal a run here with the guy on base.
Jack Sorgi gets some aluminum on that one, but bunts it up in the air out of play instead of down into the field. Mentioned Crawfordsville, the Athenians at the top of the Sagamore Conference standings at the moment at 7-2, despite their 10-9 record. The best record in the conference, mind you, is actually North Montgomery. They are 2nd at 6-3 in conference play, but they sit at 13-3 overall on the year.
Very nice. Third baseman Hardman is expecting bunt here again from Sorgi. He's come in 2 or 3 steps and now playing on what would be the grass.
0-1, contact. And that'll get down for a base hit. And no one covering second base. And now a wild throw will advance the runners. And so a base hit turns into a double there for Jack Sorgi. And that puts the go-ahead run on third base.
Pitcher didn't back up third base. You gotta get there, and he wasn't. Tri-West got a couple extra bases there because of it. Nice hit there by Sorgi.
And so that puts Evan Bodie on third base. And we'll bring up Cohen Bear to try and clean things up here. And now we have a quick call for time here.
Bear the infield single in his last time up. Good initial rip at that one.
Catches nothing but air that time. We mentioned it earlier. Bear, not the most proficient of hitters, only 138 on the season, but had that single to get on base in his first at-bat earlier on.
If you watch Gross on the mound that time, his finish was about his waist, and he left the pitch up. He's got to get down around his knees and over his hips to get the ball down where he wants it.
The 1-1 wild pitch, and that will score the runner. Evan Bodie able to finally get Tri-West on the board, and another wild throw will also bring in Jack Sorgi. So kind of a lack of discipline here by the Warriors cost them 2 runs here in the top of the 5th.
I wouldn't listen to me at all when I tell you there's a lot of fundamental baseball. There's a couple plays in a row that weren't. It cost them 2 runs.
Take a look at this again. So the wild pitch.
Pitcher kind of got in the way. The runner got in the way a little bit. He stood up right there, and the ball got by the pitcher.
Yeah, the catcher threw that right into the arm of Bodie, and that allowed Sorgi to come in and get the subsequent run.
I bet Bear's upset he took 2 RBIs away from him. I would be.
Given how this game is going, though, I'd say you take the runs so you can get them.
Well, if I'm the hitter, I want the RBI still. I got to have the stats, coach. I got to get mine tonight on a day like this.
Meanwhile, Cohen Bear continues his at-bat despite the 2 runs coming in. That cleared the bases. And so now Bear going from a cleanup role here to try and extend the inning here as he works the full count.
They got those 2 runs on just 1 base hit. Not a lot of hits tonight, but.
Ooh. And just catching that inside corner is Gross. Strike number 3.
Real nice pitch there.
And that can certainly be kind of demoralizing if you're Danville, because not only do you give up those 2 runs on some bad plays by the field, that's also now your first out off of that strikeout.
Yeah, and you've got a really nice pitcher having a nice night going against you. So it's 2 runs. It sounds like a lot in a game like this late.
Hard swing that time by Tri-West. That is Ethan Fry at the bottom of the order. And inside ball number 1. We've talked about Coach Canton Terry here for the Danville Warriors again in his first season. Was coming off of a good playing career in his own right. He had some experience in the Prospect League for the Terre Haute Rex, but also went overseas to play professionally in Germany, Czech Republic, Australia, to name a few countries.
How is the baseball in the Czech Republic?
I have no clue.
Nor do I.
But did all that by way of Wabash College in Crawfordsville.
From Wabash to Prague, right?
There you go. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 2 in a row here for Garrett Gross in this inning. As Gross again giving up those 2 runs, but still able to try and keep the damage to a minimum as they work through the 5th.
He's probably going through a little bit of, I've got to do this all by myself now. His defense kind of failed him a little bit. He's given up 2 hits and he's down 2-0.
Back to the top here for Tri-West, Chase Hardman. He certainly got the ball rolling offensively in the top of the 1st. He was able to get on base on the walk and then stole 2 bases, but was left stranded by his teammates. Two-0 count here for Gross. First swing and a miss there for Hardman.
I'd like to see Hardman choke up a little bit and make that bat head a little quicker. He's behind it and was the 2nd time up too. The bat's a little slow for a guy throwing as hard as Gross does.
There's some contact, but sent into the parking lot.
Got a souvenir. Enough little leaguers here to chase that probably.
There are plenty of balls to go around, I would say.
Indeed.
The 2-2. And that goes, that was going right for Hardman's ear, and he ducks out of the way.
Someone said, wear that. You wear it. I'm getting out of the way of that thing.
Full count here for Gross. And strikeout swinging. Hardman frustrated, but Danville able to get out of the inning, but the damage is done. Tri-West leads 2-0 here on the ISC Sports Network.
Again?
Tortured by technology? Have no fear. Endeavor is here with Speed Geeks. Our Speed Geeks are expert technicians ready to rescue you from technology troubles. Our experts are here to get and keep your Wi-Fi running properly. We'll even make sure all of your devices stay connected. Give us a call or visit weendeavor.com to see if you're in our service area. Endeavor Communications, technology for real people.
There's a future Danville Warrior right there playing on the mound with Dad. An excellent atmosphere, a warm atmosphere despite the cloudy skies. Threat of rain possibly a little bit later, but people out to watch some good high school baseball here in Hendricks County. Alongside Rob Albright, I'm Kurt Darling. We go to the bottom of the 5th here. Rob, Tri-West finally able to get on the board there on the top.
They were not of their own doing. Danville kind of gave them a couple there, so they've got to come back and do it themselves. Tri-West has not been real generous with giving them gifts back, so Danville's going to have to earn it. Holland's back on the mound again, and again, he's really smart. He's not going to give them free bases either, so This has to be all on Danville's back. They've got 9 more outs to do it.
Got to do it in more ways than one. We gave Coach Canton Terry of Danville a lot of love here, but of course, Nick Spence of Tri-West, his 3rd season at the helm of the Bruins. He's a Brownsburg grad from just up the road. From all the way back in 2001, he played in college and also coached in college, but then decided to come back and coach at Avon as well as Brownsburg before taking the Tri-West job.
So he's kind of the new guru of Hendricks County, right?
Of course, he played for Pat O'Neill back in 2001, who would subsequently come here to Danville. Meanwhile, Chase Holland still working the strike zone as he has all game long. He remains on the mound here in the bottom of the 5th. Another pop-up here by the Warriors as Wooten leaves this one for the 3rd baseman. Jack Catt coming in to get that one.
Took him a while to talk through that and let the slowest guy in the infield come all the way there and get it. Nice catch by Catt there.
That's the 3rd time that's happened where they've had an infield pop-up fly out like that.
Yeah, he does a nice job just locating his pitches, and the bat heads from Danville are just a little bit slow getting through the strike zone. They haven't really screwed a whole lot of them up yet. A lot of them are dragging the bat head.
Swing and a miss. Bottom of the order here for Williams.
And if they don't start squaring them up pretty soon, this game will be over and they'll wonder what happened.
Holland picking up the tempo a little bit here as he finds the corner there.
He's just pounding the strike zone and all over it and mixing up his pitches really well. Either he's really smart or his catcher is.
So despite the injury that Holland is still kind of coming back from, Coach Nick Spence describing Holland as the workhorse of the team when he's healthy. Well, even when he's kind of injured here, he has been the workhorse on the mound for the Bruins.
I look out there and watch him pitch. I think I see healthy.
Certainly at the right time, too, as they get ready for sectional play here in a couple weeks. And a strikeout swinging there by Williams. 2 away here.
Really good slider there. Broke late in the opposite batter's box, but he had to swing at it because it was a strike for the first 54 feet of it. Great pitch there again. Back to the top here for Danville.
So we go back to the top here with Benson. And the off-speed pitch fielded by Catt, and he's able to make the throw that time. So a quick inning here for Tri-West. They maintain the 2-0 lead going to the top of the 6th. Back in a moment here on the ISC Sports Network.
Want lightning fast internet speeds? Choose Endeavor. Go from slow to whoa. From last to fast. And wait to great. Endeavor Communications is bringing the fastest internet speed in Indiana to your town. So you can download huge files in a flash. Stream videos at blazing speeds. And game online faster than you thought possible. Think fast and contact Endeavor Communications today at join.weendeavor.com.
A crowd on hand, treated to some good baseball here. Most of them Danville fans, and right now trying to will the Warriors back from a 2-0 deficit here as we go to the top of the 6th. Alongside Rob Albright, I'm Kurt Darling. So far, been some competitive baseball here. And then, as we mentioned, though, the scoring coming for Tri-West, not by the bat, but rather some of the misfortune of the fielding here for the Warriors.
Indeed. It amazes me how in every sport, these kids are all so well coached, they're all so well drilled, and it just boils down to mistakes. And so many games come down to little plays like that where you just make a bad throw or the ball goes under your glove and the run scores, and it makes all the difference in the world.
So we keep with the order now as we go to the 2-hole with Braden Brozak here for Tri-West.
Brozak has struck out twice. We'll see what he can do this at bat. Now that he's seen Gross twice.
Again, Brozak trying to protect a hitting streak. He has had 8 hits in his last 7 games. Coach Spence said he did not expect Brozak to be as impactful this season as he has turned out to be. He has certainly done some work leading off, playing first base. He's going to be playing at Lake Michigan College next season.
Got a real comfortable stance. He kind of rides the inside of the plate. Makes it difficult for a pitcher to go out of way on him. If I'm Gross, I kind of work him in, and the kid with not a lot of power, kind of see him get on his hands a little bit.
And that's popped up to the infielder, played by Jacob Irving at second. So 0 for 3 now is Brozak. And now we bring back the Big Cat and Jack Cat, who despite his hitting prowess has struggled at the plate tonight.
He struck out and popped up to first base. See if he can square one up here.
Going outside there is Gross, ball one.
Buddy is back behind the plate filming him.
Inside, just catching the corner, strike one.
That's a fantastic pitch right there. That's impossible to hit for a right-handed hitter.
There's a solid hit going into left center, and that will be at least a base hit. Cat loses his footing. Could have turned two right there, but just slipped coming off the bag. And so that high ball ends up only being a base hit, but he is on the bag.
Center fielder bobbled that a little bit. Had he turned that corner cleanly, he had two there if he wanted it.
And Jack Cat just happy to finally get on base.
Yeah, he hit that one solid. I think he knows it. Now watch, he bobbles this just a little bit. Had Cat made a clean turn at first base, he gets two if he wants it.
Took a weird hop as at the plate now is Cole Keller, and he fouls that one into the netting.
Wonder if the coach now wishes he spent the money in center field to put turf out there instead of grass. Doesn't get that hop on turf.
Certainly took an awkward hop there out in the grass. Gross checking the runner. And just catching the corner there as Jack Cat is threatening to go for two here with a big lead.
Gross is doing a really nice job coming back with that fastball and kind of depending on his best pitch. I really like the adjustment that he's made.
The 2-1.
Just like that.
Looked like that may have just tipped the
foul tip into the catcher's glove, absolutely.
And that is a strike three.
Got a nice fastball by him. He's starting to use that pitch a lot more and kind of not worrying about the off-speed stuff anymore. Lean on your best, kid.
So two away for Danville, despite giving up the 2 runs in the top of the fifth. As Coach Spence giving some words of wisdom here to his batters.
And what he's telling them there is to get their hands involved quicker. They're dragging their bat head through. I've seen it kind of all night. They need to kind of get their hands into the strike zone quicker.
Here is Wilhelm, the sophomore.
With these bats being so light, if you don't get your hands involved quick, the barrel never gets there, and they hit the ball off the handle. As we've seen, there's been very few balls hit hard tonight. Both teams with the same problem.
The 1-1. There's some hard contact by Wilhelm. That is going to go back to the warning track, and that's going to be fielded by the right fielder, and that will bring in Jack Cat. But will he get there? No, he is out at home plate. What a throw from the outfield to the catcher, and that keeps it a 2-0 ball game.
Great play by the fielders and exceptional coaching. That was actually the most perfect play I've seen in high school baseball in a while. That was well done. I thought he had no chance. Great play there. But that shows the play in center field. Had he gotten the turn to second, that's a run.
Owen Benson making the throw all the way from near the warning track in left center. And just look at this. Well played, back in, getting his cutoff man to Williams. Efficient defense right there by the Warriors.
That turn and the cutoff was just spectacular. Neither one of those throws was individually perfect, but the play itself was, and got the runner at home.
Today's game is proudly sponsored by Endeavor Communications. Endeavor doesn't just provide ordinary old internet service. Their blazing fast, high-speed, fiber-based service is a game changer. Don't settle for less. Switch to Endeavor for the winning play in connectivity. Visit weendeavor.com or call 1-800-922-6677. Endeavor Internet. Fiber, or your fiber connection, your victory. Keeping on the mound here will be Chase Holland, as again you get another look at that heck of a play on defense by the Warriors. That can certainly be a kind of put a pep in your step here, given how this game has gone for the Warriors. Now you got to try and turn that into some offense.
You'd think so. The kids are all excited for them. Now this is a good time to score some runs with 2-3-4 coming up. Leading off with Cole Stafford here, the center fielder, made the nice throw to start that play. Kind of always the way, right? Kid makes a nice play and comes up.
Stafford has struggled at the plate tonight, as he will face Holland for a third time. And a slow swing, strike one.
This kid, Holland, I could not be more impressed with just the way he pitches.
Inside, high corner, strike two.
So many young kids just want to throw the ball through a brick wall and really impress the radar gun. This kid is a pitcher. Reminds me a lot of what Greg Maddox used to do in the majors. Obviously not a comparison, but his approach to things really is impressive for a high school kid.
Well, Holland, according to Coach Nick Spence, was said to be on a pitch count, as this will be popped up into right field. And an easy play there for Ethan Fry, out number one. But as I was talking about, Spence said that Holland was on a pitch count, but either he's keeping him on the pitch count and this is how long he's going, or he's just going with what's working at the moment.
I bet Holland has told him, I'm not coming out of this game. This one belongs to me. You take me out, you might as well cut me. This one belongs to me. There's another off-speed pitch to start a count out, and that one was up and in the whole time until it was up down the middle. Really nice pitch.
Grounder to second. Play made there by Bodie. Out to Brozak, number two.
Danville just hasn't squared him up much yet. He's got him way off balance, and they're either way ahead of it, way behind it, or just kind of throwing their hands at it like that. And he's just really a really fun pitcher to watch. I'm having a great time watching him throw it.
But this batter has certainly had a busy night. Jack Warner has reached base twice and has certainly kind of pushed the envelope here on Holland.
I'm sure Danville would have liked to see him up with somebody on base, but he's got to get up here and start it now. Good cut there.
And certainly can throw a few monkey wrenches in your plan, especially going up against a left-handed batter as good as Warner.
If I'm Holland, I'd rather do that with nobody on base and 2 outs than any other time. How many total dollars in sunglasses do you think are behind home plate on those little kids right there?
If they're Oakley's, probably at least maybe 300.
That kid on the far right's got it going on, too. He loves it back there. Look at him.
All these kids having fun here tonight. 3-1 pitch for Holland. Check swing, ball 4.
It's first walk of the night for him.
I'd say going 5 2/3 and getting your first walk, I'd say that's a pretty good night.
That's spectacular. I think he even wanted that pitch. I think he thought that was a strike, too. Like he was asking for it.
Holland was appealing to the assist official here on the field and couldn't quite get it to go.
And Cole's got 2 ground balls up the middle. There's another one.
Bouncing ball. This is going to be an interesting play. They go to first. Out number 3 made by shortstop Graham Wilhelm. Making up for the missed throw that he had the first time. He gets it that time as we go now to the top of the final inning. You're watching ISC Sports Network.
It's time to supercharge your internet with ridiculous speeds up to 1 gig from Endeavor. Get ready for high gear downloads that power buffer-free streaming, gaming, sharing, and surfing. And fire up all your devices at once with reliable speeds amplified by the latest Wi-Fi equipment. Get on the fast track to a powerful online experience. Contact Endeavor and supercharge your internet today.
We're at the top of the 7th inning here in Danville. Sagamore Conference Baseball here on the ISC Sports Network alongside Rob Albright. I'm Kurt Darling. Well, Rob, going the full distance here is Garrett Gross to try and close things out here, but they're going to try and at least keep Tri-West from making the damage any worse than what it has been.
Absolutely. Tri-West needs some insurance, and Danville needs to keep them off the board. I don't know the last time I saw a high school baseball game where there wasn't a substitution, there wasn't a pinch hitter, there wasn't a relief pitcher. All we've had is courtesy runners. I'm really impressed. These two teams are nice and solid, and even though it's a turf infield, there's been some really difficult kind of short hop plays made. These guys really kind of approach the infield play and charge the ball well, keep the ball in front of them, and it's been a pretty solid baseball game, save one or two plays that right now are the difference in it.
You talk about going 7 innings. The only other time Danville has had a pitcher go the full distance this season was Cole Miller back in a 1-0 win over North Montgomery in conference play earlier this year.
Back to Bote here. Strikeout and a walk so far tonight.
So Evan Bodie has been on base but has yet to get a hit. He may have it here, but it's popped up deep into left. And then the play is made by Owen Benson. Owen Benson, the freshman outfielder, has had a solid night in the field here this evening.
Made that one look easy.
In fact, it was Owen Benson who had that cutoff throw to keep Jack Catt from scoring that previous inning. Here is Jack Sorgi. He was able to get on base with what goes down in the books as a base hit, but was able to advance on a wild pitch to get to second. And now he has another line drive into center, but Cole Stafford is there to get that one out, number 2.
Another Adam ball, hit it right hard, right at him.
2 quick outs here for Garrett Gross and company.
He'll go home and be disappointed that ball didn't drop. Sometimes kids kind of get too caught up in the result. That was a really nice swing and a good piece of hitting and just right at somebody. Good swing by him there.
The senior Cohen Bear, he was at the plate the last time Tri-West was able to score. Mind you, it wasn't by his bat, it was by the lack of fielding prowess by Danville, which allowed the 2 runs to score for Tri-West.
I've got to compliment Gross on the mound again. The comeback he's made to throw the many strikes as he has lately after the start he had has really been impressive.
He ended up putting 3 runners on base in the opening inning, stranding all 3. As that fouls back into the netting again.
He's got 10 strikeouts on the night, a big night for him. That's a lot for 6 2/3.
By the way, that brings his total now to 43 strikeouts on the season. He's also only walked 2 batters tonight, bringing that stat to only 14, so that's a pretty good stat.
Indeed, just giving up 4 hits, too. He's had a really nice night. I kind of feel bad that his defense failed him a little bit, but I guess one of the plays was a cutoff that he missed himself, so sometimes you got to blame yourself, too, a little bit.
And a couple pitches getting away from Gross here as that now works to a full count.
Come back with your best. Throw your fastball.
Still going a little outside.
Came across his body.
Ball number 4, putting Bear on base.
His miss is what we call coming across the body instead of going down the hill. That's been his miss all night. A courtesy runner back there, number 12 for the catcher.
That is Ben Wagers. And that is his job as the utility player for head coach Nick Spence for Tri-West. At the plate now, though, the bottom of the order, Ethan Fry.
If you're watching on TV and you watch baseball much, watch his finish. If he finishes around his waist to come across his body, every miss is up.
Contact and out of play down the left field line there for Fry.
If you're going to pitch that way, your release point is going to be different on every pitch, and you can't master it. You've got to throw down the hill and kind of throw within that little lane and stay with your mechanics. Much easier for a kid that throws this hard.
Inside, swinging. That'll be a strike number 3. No, strike number 2, excuse me, as it looked like that had the count incorrect on in my head anyway. But still, that advances the runner to second here for Tri-West.
Big insurance run out there. Need a little base hit right here for Tri-West. Big run out on second base.
Contact. Good play to short.
Saved a run.
And
nice
that
play.
saved it. So that advances the runner to first and third here, but you still have one more out to get. But also, you go back to the top of the order here with Chase Hardman. And if you're batting at the top of the order, you do one thing and one thing only, and that's get on base.
He's had a walk tonight, but also 2 strikeouts, and he hasn't put the ball in play yet. Be a really good time to do it.
And just going to go ahead and oblige himself there is Fry.
We call that defensive indifference.
And so now 2 runners in scoring position for Tri-West. High ball 1 there for Gross.
And once again, his landing foot was way outside of his body there, and he just misses up all the time with that move.
Contact high.
Tough play.
Tough play, but big catch made there by Cole Miller to end the inning and strand 2 runners. We go to the bottom of the 7th right after this here on the ISC Sports Network.
It's time to supercharge your internet with ridiculous speeds up to 1 gig from Endeavor. Get ready for high gear downloads that power buffer-free streaming, gaming, sharing, and surfing. And fire up all your devices at once with reliable speeds amplified by the latest Wi-Fi equipment. Get on the fast track to a powerful online experience. Contact Endeavor and supercharge your internet today.
New pitcher on the mound here for Tri-West as Chase Holland's day is done. He goes 6 innings with a handful of strikeouts and much more, but this is the sophomore sensation, Caden Murphy, the lefty, coming in relief for Tri-West. He has had a stellar season. No pitcher on the staff here for Tri-West has pitched more innings than him this season, going 25 innings this year.
Nice ERA for him at 2.76 coming in. I'd like to know what's going through Holland's head over there on the bench. If he's tired and he's done for the day and on his own doing, I'd really be interested to know if he is or not. If he's not, I bet he's a little hot right now. He's had a nice night, throw a shutout through 6, and really a smart pitcher, but I'm sure he counts on his teammate here and trusts him. If I could finish that game, and this is somebody else's decision, he's probably a little bit upset over there.
Holland in line to get the save, though, regardless of what happens.
Now, his teammates are sure cheering him on. I love that.
And so Caden Murphy, again, only a sophomore, last started a game versus Lebanon, where he lasted only 2 innings all the way back on April 24th. But this is a guy that Coach Spence says that whenever they need him to get an out, he just does it. And he catches the outside corner. Good start for him on the mound, strike 1.
Yeah, worked the corner there, nice job. Seems to be a trend for Tri-West pitchers. They're good job working the strike zone.
Making contact that time is Irving, but it goes out of play.
Doesn't throw the ball real hard, at least not yet. Really does a nice job working hitters away, and you can do that and then bust them in with something off speed, you get a lot of guys out, especially throwing from that side of the mound out there.
And Murphy going way outside that time, ball 1.
I don't think you'll see him hit the middle of the plate much. I think he's going to kind of nibble a little bit, but I bet he's good at it.
He hits the plate that time, but goes low. Murphy also has 1 save already to his credit in relief this season. Breaking ball, and big play by Murphy to cover first. After the first baseman, Brozak had to go and get that one.
Just the fundamental soundness of both of these teams is really impressive.
Take a look at this again.
And folks, if you've never pitched in a baseball game before, that's not an easy play to make, to not throw the pitch and kind of read it off the mound and sprint to first base and get there before the runner does. That's a play you've got to practice over and over again to be good at it. Nice play there by the pitcher.
Certainly shows a level of trust in your teammates, as well as another hit made, but another field play made as well, as it is now 2 batters away here for Caden Murphy in relief.
Tri-West has made it very easy on themselves. Not a lot of difficult plays. They've had a few nice ones on the short hop, but Danville hadn't hit the ball hard much tonight. Their pitching's been fantastic.
Evan Bote with the play at second, or rather the shortstop, Grit Wilhelm, with the play on that one. And now high fly ball into right center, and this will be the final out of the game. Tri-West gets the win in game number 1 tonight between Danville and the Bruins. Well, 3 up, 3 down right there for Caden Murphy. A heck of an inning there for the sophomore to close things out.
Like I said, a good old Goodman. He came in and did exactly what you said he would do. Did his job, threw strikes, got 3 guys out. Both pitchers, a nice job using their defense. Like I said, good old Goodwin.
8th win of the season for Tri-West, and now they'll take on the Warriors here in about a half hour or so in game number 2. We will unfortunately not have coverage of that game for you here on the ISC Sports Network, but still a competitive broadcast and competitive game to say the least. Rob Albright, a pleasure working with you tonight, my friend.
You too. Thank you for being the driver for my debut here. I loved it. Thank you.
You did a fantastic job, by the way.
Thank you.
For all of us here at ISC Sports Network, a privilege having you with us here tonight here in Danville. Final score once again, 2-0 in favor of Tri-West. I'm Kurt Darling saying so long till next time. You've been watching the ISC Sports Network.
Want lightning fast internet speeds? Choose Endeavor. Go from slow to whoa. From last to fast. And wait to great. Endeavor Communications is bringing the fastest internet speed in Indiana to your town, so you can download huge files in a flash, stream videos at blazing speeds, and game online faster than you thought possible. Think fast and contact Endeavor Communications today at join.weendeavor.com.